Hi lovelies, my name is Jessica and welcome to Makeup.misfit. And I figured I should probably sit and film an update for this project. This is 50 Shades of Black. I only did my first update at the 1 month mark and then I just let it go. I did decide to look back and see what products I had decided to roll into this project at the last update, and there was 4 of them, so we will be chatting about those 4 products. The structure that I had for this project this round, I'm just kind of bypassing because I don't have any actual black products. I was going to try and categorize things just to make it a little bit more fun and a little bit more interesting. And I wanted to kind of break it down into like black packaging, black design or font on the packaging, black in the name, and our black brand like owned. And it's just I haven't done any of that. I've barely been keeping track of what's actually in this project. So maybe later on towards the end of this round of this project, I can go through the things that I've rolled out and break it down into categories at that point. I do think it'll still be like fun and interesting just to kind of see, because like I said, I don't have black products, and see what I've been able to finish up within this year, but we'll just have to see how things go. This project for me, I like to try and finish up as many products as I can within that color that we are currently working on. So I haven't ever reached 50. This is like, I want to say my 3rd or 4th round doing this. So I figured that with black, I would be able to get a lot more products finished off because of the packaging or the font on the packaging, or whether it's a black cap or just something like really simple about the product. I do have a few to go through with you guys. I do have the ones that I decided to roll into this project. However, I do have other ones that I know I was talking about before, considering them like bonus items and kind of tacking those on to the ones that I'm rolling into this project. I'm just going to combine them all. Like there's no point in having like this many and then this many bonus items and keeping them separate. The closest I can get to 50, the better. And if those bonus items are going to help, then we are going to throw all of the numbers together. I don't have a number off the top of my head as to how many items I have actually finished off at this point. I will throw it down in the description box once I have done the math and counted everything, but we are going to get into this. And I was looking at the description box on my last update to see what products I had rolled into here, and I am happy to say that out of the 4 items, I have completely finished off all 4 of them. So we are going to chat about those. 2 of those items I do not have with me anymore, and 2 of them I do still have, so I will be able to show you guys those ones. And then some of my bonus items, a lot of them I've just been like getting rid of. I haven't been keeping them. Sometimes I don't mind the idea of keeping them in like a little box separate from everything, but then there's another part of me that's just like declutter it, to get it out of here, make space for other things, and I just never end up taking photos. So we are just going to be going by memory. You are just going to have to trust me. But let's get into the 4 items that I had rolled in at the last update. So the first one was a Salt and Stone body wash. It was just a little mini sample size. I really did enjoy it. I haven't really thought about repurchasing from that brand at all. When I was in Ottawa a few weeks ago, we went to the outlet mall and they actually had like a Salt and Stone display. So that was kind of cool. I didn't really look at it though, but it was like, oh, there's actually more to it than what I was just like, aware of. Whether that's something in the future that I think about purchasing, we will just have to see. But I did enjoy the 1 sample that I had. I know I had 2, and I can't remember if I finished the second one or if I've lost the second one or what happened to it. But I know one of them for sure was in this project, and that is complete. The second item is another body wash, and this one was from Bath & Body Works, and for the life of me, I cannot remember which one it was. I didn't put down the scent, which is kind of strange because most of the times I will do that. I also didn't watch last update, so I can't even like say I went back to watch it to figure it out because I didn't. But whatever body wash that is, that one is completely gone as well. And I'm really happy about that. So I am in the market for a new body wash now. I'm almost finished the one that I actually have it sitting right here. I'm almost finished this one. I do kind of want to try, I think it's tea tree. I think that's what it is. They've got the body scrubs, but then they also have like the other, like the body washes and the lotions and stuff like that. And a part of me kind of wants to try those. So if you have actually tried them before, let me know. I think there was one tea tree, not tea tree, 10 tree? No, what was it called now? Tree Hut. Tree Hut. One of my friends from my old office gave me a bunch of stuff, and there was a Tree Hut body scrub in there, and I really liked it. So a part of me wants to kind of get into that brand and try some other stuff out. If you have tried out their body wash, let me know if you like it. If you know of a good brand that has body wash, let me know, because I don't think I really want to get back into the Bath and Body Works stuff. I mean, if I do, I do. It's not the end of the world. It's easily accessible. But I'm branching out and I don't mind trying other things. So let me know down below if you are aware of any good brand body washes that I wouldn't mind trying out. So those are 2 out of the 4, and those 2 I do not have. The third item I do have here with me, and it is a shade from the Artist Couture Supreme Nudes eyeshadow palette, and that was the shade Exposed. Now, this palette was my level 2 palette for Project Level Up this year, and I knew that I was going to hit pan in the shade Exposed, but I didn't want to count that as one of the pans towards the 2 that I had to hit to be able to level on up to level 3. So I decided that even though it was that beige matte shade I usually use to set down my lids, I thought it would be a good idea to, for some reason, throw it into this project and try and finish it off. I knew I would finish it off. I knew it was going to happen before the end of the project, but that's just how I work through my products, my beige matte eyeshadows. I use one until it's done and then I move on to the next. So for sure, of course, I have completely finished this one off. I have not reached for this palette since that, and I really haven't actually used anything else in this palette since I've hit pan on these 2 shades here. These were the ones from Project Level Up. So this palette has been just hanging out off to the side for a little while, but that's okay because we need to showcase and spotlight all of the other palettes in my collection because they need their time to shine. So I am happy that, of course, the black packaging on here, the shade is finished, and I have moved on to another one, and I'm really happy that I was able to complete that. And then the fourth product I actually just finished off like a couple of days ago. So timing wise, this worked out very nicely. And this was my MAC Fix Plus spray. That was hard to say. Now you can see that there's just a little bit left at the bottom, but trying to spray this out was difficult. Like, you're probably not going to be able to see it because it's all gone away now. You can see just how like damp and wet the cap is. It was like bubbling out because it was so hard to get out and there was nothing left coming. So that's officially done. I'm really happy about it. I do have another setting spray. Like, I would use that to kind of meld all of my stuff together and then use a setting spray on top of it. So whether I repurchase that, I honestly don't know if I will. At least not anytime soon. When I was reaching for this one, something about it, I was just like, it wasn't, not that it wasn't working, it was, but it just wasn't quite what I was expecting or remembered from like the time before, which was quite a few years ago at this point. I just really liked how my makeup looked after I had used it, and you could really just see everything like meld together and look like one. Whereas I wasn't also paying too much attention, but at first when I started using it, I didn't quite see that. I know there's a few new ones. There's the matte ones. There's all these other kinds. So maybe I'll try the matte version or see how things go. But I am excited that I have officially finished off that product as well. And that can now officially be decluttered from my collection. So now my bonus products that I'm going to chat about. I did finish off, and actually I'm pretty sure I finished off 2 of the e.l.f. pressed powders. I had used a loose powder, and then I decided that I wanted to purchase the pressed powder version because sometimes I go back and forth between the 2. I'm in the mood for a pressed, and then I'm in the mood for a loose, and then the pressed comes back, and I've got purpose for that, and then sometimes it's easier, but then sometimes I just like a loose powder. I go back and forth between the 2 all of the time. So I ended up going through a pressed version, and then I repurchased a second one, and I completely finished that one off as well. So there's another 2 products that I'm completely done with. And then I have gone through at least one L'Oreal Pro Matte foundation. So there's black on the packaging and the font. So there's another item, which is really exciting. And then I've also finished off some nail polish remover. It's actually like acetone for your nails. There's a black cap and there is a black font on that packaging as well. So there's a whole other item right there. One other thing I do want to show you guys, and there's probably a couple of others that I finished off, but I wasn't really paying too much attention to which ones had black caps and which ones may have had black fonts and this and that. So I'm not going to count those, but I will count this one. I just finished this one off today. There's just the tiniest little bit left, but of course that's like really hard to get out. I might be able to get 1 or 2 more sprays out of here, but this of course has the black cap. There's a little, it's hard to see. I don't even know if I can see right now. Black font on the packaging. This spray is completely finished, so that's really exciting. And I think that is it for everything that I have finished off. Now, I do have items sitting here next to me that I'm going to show you guys that I want to continue to focus on, ones that I know I'm going to finish off within the next month, maybe 2 months, that I'll be able to show you guys hopefully when they're finished, if I don't get rid of the packaging before then, just to help, you know, get my way up to those 50. So the first thing I'm going to show you guys is actually what I have replaced the e.l.f. pressed powder with. I decided to try the Maybelline Fit Me pressed powder. I have tried the loose before, but I wanted another pressed version. Not only does this have black packaging, but there is also pan in here already. So I think that I'm going to be able to get this out within the next few months or so. It'll probably still be in here by the next update next month. But within the like 2 or 3 months from now, I think this will be completely finished off, which will be really exciting. Another product is another L'Oreal Pro Matte. Of course, this is the black on the packaging that I was talking about. And this one is going to be done rather soon. I think by the next update, it will be gone. I do have a few other foundations that are a little bit later. And as we are going into, knock on wood, winter, I think that those ones are probably going to suit me a touch bit better, even though I still like using this shade in the winter time. I use this one like year round. The other ones are okay, but I think that sometimes they're just a touch too late. But of course, those will be included in here too, because there's black packaging, there's black font, all that kind of stuff. But this one will be out more than likely by the next update. I do have a primer, and this one is from e.l.f. This is the Base Matte Power Grip Primer. I think within the next couple of months, this one should be gone. I do feel like it's definitely a lot later. I don't know how much is left in here, but I use this every single day, so I'm sure sooner rather than later, this one is going to be out. And then I do have another acetone here for my nails. So this was the black cap and black font that I was talking about. This one is definitely going to take me a little bit because it is a larger bottle, which I do prefer to purchase. I do my nails rather often, so it's still gonna take a little bit of time, even though I'm probably going to be using it at least once, maybe twice a week, depending on how I feel. But because there is so much of it, it's gonna take a while, so it will be in here for a bit. However, I do think I will be able to get this out by the end of this project in April. It is only October, so we still have lots of time, but I do think that by the beginning of next year, I should be finished this. We'll see how that goes, but I've never actually like kept track to see how long it takes to finish one of these things. So considering we're not quite at the full mark, I'm not going to mark this because I don't like marking my products, but I'm just going to go from the top of this L right here. I think that's, or no, it's an R for remover. I'm going to just keep track from here and see how long it actually takes to finish this because I'm just curious for my own personal reasons. But yeah, I do think that I'll be able to get this out before the finale. And then I do have the body wash that I am almost finished. I do just have this tiny little bit left in here. This is what I replaced my Bath & Body Works and my Stone and Salt body wash with. But because there's so little left, it's not going to take too long to finish off. And I do have the black cap on here. So this one will be done for the next update for sure. And then I do want to show you guys, I want to try, and I think I had talked about this. Oh, another item I finished off, which I did get rid of, is my chapstick. It had the black packaging on, the black wrap on it. I do have one more that I'm starting to work on again, but the black wrap is gone. So technically it still is that one, but there's no packaging on it anymore. It's just the white tube. So I did finish that one off. So I will add that to my numbers as well. But I think I talked about this last time. And I do have my Revlon lipstick, and I've been using this a lot. Like, I really don't have a whole lot left. I bought this year at some point. I can't quite remember when, but I do feel like I will be able to finish this off by the finale if I get back to using this on a daily basis like I was. And I say that because I'm not trying to finish this one, even though this is in black packaging. This I recently bought when I was in Ottawa a couple weeks ago. This is in Viva Planet, and this is what I have been reaching for every single day. It has become my new like daily lipstick. I really enjoy this. This is more of what I was looking for when I went to go and buy this one. However, because this one is so close to being finished, I do like that shade more, but I want to get back to using this just to completely finish it off. So I think what I might end up doing at some point is pulling this into a project, because I don't think it's in one, but it could definitely be in a project that I've kind of abandoned. And if that's the case, I am sorry. And maybe that's why I'm thinking that I want to finish it off and I talked about it in one of those projects instead of this. I really don't know. But I do want to finish this off, and I definitely want to finish this by April, like at the very, very latest. I would love to finish this off by like even December and get it out of here by the end of this year. But I do have to go back to using this. So I might switch gears from my new MAC lipstick to my Revlon one just to finish it off. And like I said, I might throw it in a project just to make sure that I'm actually using this, just to make that switch back. Because once I do, using it, I'm sure isn't going to be a problem. This was like my only lipstick that I had as a neutral. So reaching for it every single day was just natural. But now that I have my MAC one, trying to make that transition is where like the difficulty is going to come into play. So that's why I feel like throwing it into a project is going to make me try to actually reach for it. So I might do that and then include that in here at the end. So I feel like I did pretty good. I had 2 rolled out last update. I have completely finished off 4. I have to count and see how many more little like bonus items I had completely finished off. So I don't know what that number is, but like I said, it will be down in the description box once I have done all of my counting and figured everything out. So go check down there to see what has been finished off, what has been rolled into this project, which is mainly these items right here. And of course, I'm always going to be using something that has some sort of black font on it or something along those lines. So that will always be included into this project as well, whether I have the packaging or not. So that is it. That is all. I hope you guys have a great day, great weekend. It is our Thanksgiving weekend right now, and I am actually having my Thanksgiving tonight because tomorrow, which is our Thanksgiving, which is the 13th, I am working 8 a.m. until midnight. So technically I'm on holidays today. But anyways, that is it. That is all. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it, and I will see you guys all later. Bye.